I have an extremely controversial opinion about something that I thought was common knowledge, but it's come to my attention that some of y'all need to be set straight about something. This may be the one that gets me, but this is the hill I'm willing to die on. Now, I realize that this is probably going to start a whole bunch of fights in the comments, and I'm not usually for the type of conflict that the internet seems to breed, but this particular conflict I'm here for. So, let's talk about it. As far as living in the United States goes, you know, land of the free, home of the brave, and the original location of the obesity epidemic, the only place from sea to shining sea to get any good Mexican food is Southern California. That includes Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. I said it, fight me. What's that, you say? What could this pasty Ziploc bag of mashed potato in overalls possibly know about good Mexican food? Well, I'm glad you asked. I grew up on the avenue in Ventura, California. I played pony baseball in the park right next to De Anza Middle School. I acquired most of my heft, skipping homeroom to go eat four-way burritos at Corrali's family restaurant, and if that doesn't prove my bona fides, in every house that I grew up in, every one of my neighbors was a little old adopted abuela named Maria, who taught me everything they knew about making tamales that would make you say adios mio right before taking a long nap on a plastic-covered lazy boy chair. That's how I know. The other day, I was putting together what came out to be the greatest enchiladas that I've ever had in my entire life. And as I was standing there putting all the ingredients together, I was struck by the fact that all of those ingredients were super simple. Little meat, little onion, little pepper, little cheese, little sauce, wrap it in a corn tortilla, more cheese, more sauce, more cheese. Throw it in the oven, 400 degrees until the cheese gets all bubbly and crispy around the edges. Top with sour cream, and then finish it off with a little bit of green onion. It was so good. I caught a little glimpse at my reflection in a mirror, and I was smiling from ear to ear, thinking about how this dish that was extremely basic could look, smell, and taste so good. It was very, very simple, but undeniably delicious. So I finish up eating, belly full, and I'm 100% satisfied from this meal. I go outside, and it's about 45 minutes before dusk, tail end to golden hour. It had just finished drizzling outside. The mountains back here had a light frocking of snow, just enough to give it some dimension. Every surface had just been rinsed off and it was sparkling like everything was covered in diamonds. Just the position of the sun and a touch of rain. Simple, but absolutely breathtaking. I was again struck, this time by the realization that all of my favorite things in life were these simple little things. And that the single greatest thing that I have ever done in my life, not as a father or as a husband, but for me, personally, was to effectively simplify my life and fill it with these tiny little simple pleasures that I never took the time to recognize before we lived out here. See, we live in overwhelmingly complex times between trying to keep up with the Joneses and being bombarded by messaging we never asked for, navigating personal finances, understanding international conflicts and what the repercussions of those conflicts mean for you and your family, and always being one wrong opinion about politics away from losing whatever gains you might have made on this little rat race we're in, which is true for both sides, by the way. It can all be a little much, but hey, any idiot can make things complex, right? If I could pass one thing on to the future generations, it would be to surround yourself with the people you love, and with them, take whatever time is needed for you to recognize, appreciate, and experience the profound pleasure and joy that exists in simplicity. Whether it's a beautiful sunset or a really good tray of enchiladas. Oh, and if you're feeling froggy and you're about to hippity hop your way into the comments section, I'll have you know that unless you have completely cured a hangover with a big ol' steaming bowl of menudo on a Sunday morning, I really don't need to hear what you have to say about good Mexican food, and you can just save yourself the embarrassment. Catch you in the next one. Did that seem aggressive enough?
It did.
Okay.